C# provides several operators supported by the built-in types. As we saw previously, the plus operator concatenates two string values into one. But, as you might expect, it behaves differently for other types. For integer, it will not concatenate the values as it would for a string, so if you would assign a value of 1 plus 0, then the result will be a sum of those two values, which adds up to a value of 1. Number types have plenty arithmetic operators that you can use. The plus sign operator for adding two values, the minus for subtracting, asterisk operator for multiplication, slash operator for dividing, and a modulus operator to return the remainder when the first operand is divided by the second. It is possible to combine many operators in one expression, and the mathematical order of the operation will be preserved. For example, if you create an int value and assign it to the expression of 2 plus 2 times 5, then the result will be 12, because the multiplication is performed first, since it has higher precedence than addition. You can use parentheses to change the order of evaluation imposed by the operator order. If you put 2 plus 2 in parentheses, now the result of that operation will be 20. You can nest as many parentheses as you wish. Also, for integers, we have a plus plus and minus minus operator, which are used to increment or decrement the value only by 1. Both of them can be evaluated pre or post the operation, depending on the site on which we'll put the operator. So for example, if I have two values equal to 10, in the first console writeLine method, we have a pre-increment operator, meaning that the value will be increased by 1 immediately, whereas the second increased value won't be visible in the other console writeLine, because the increment will happen after that line. Let me quickly run that project so you can see the output in the console. And there it is. Pre-incremented value is visible right away, but the post-incremented one is increased only in the second line. The second type of operator are relational operators. Relational operators are used for comparison of two values. The result of a relational operator is always a Boolean, meaning that a given condition can either be true or false. In this example, first we have the equal to operator, which will return true only if the values match each other. In our case, they don't, so the result of that operator should be false. Then we compare if the first value, which is x, is greater than the value of y, which is not. Also, we can check if the value of x is less than the value of y, which in our case will be true. And also, to the less and greater than operators, we can append a single equal sign, which would transform those operators to additionally check if the values are equal to each other. Finally, we have the not equal operator, which will return true only if the values don't match each other. I'll run those examples and we'll see the results. X is not equal to y, x is not greater than y, x is lesser than y, x is not greater or equal to y, x is lesser or equal to y, and x is different than y. For Booleans, we have three different operators. Logical AND, returning true when both conditions in the consideration are satisfied. Otherwise, it returns false. For example, A and B returns true only when both A and B are true. Logical OR is returning true when one or both of the conditions are satisfied. Otherwise, it returns false. So for example, A or B returns true if one of A or B is true. Of course, it returns true also when both A and B are true. A logical NOT which is a single exclamation mark, returns the reverse Boolean value. For example, if A is true, then not A is false. Let's start the project and see those results in the console. A and B is false, because even though A was true, the B variable was set to false, and therefore the whole condition is false. A or B is true, because the variable A is true, and only one true value is enough to satisfy the OR operator. And then not returned false, since A was set to true. We can chain as many Boolean operators as we want in a single expression, and the result will be evaluated from left to right unless we specify the order with parentheses. Another very useful operator is a ternary conditional operator, which is a shorthand version of a if-else statement. It will return one of the values depending on the value of a Boolean expression. It has three operands. First is the Boolean condition, then a value that will be returned if the condition evaluates to true, and the last operand is the value that will be returned if the condition evaluates to false. For example, we can use it to quickly determine which of two numbers is greater than the other, and store the result in some other variable. We can do it like this. So let's say some integer greater number is equal to x greater than y. If yes, then we return x. If not, then we return y. So we specify the condition, asking if x is greater than y, and if yes, the x is result, and if not, it's y. In our case, the greater value is 10.